What is up? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Here from Kansas City. What's up, guys? It's Axe here, Axe 238, guys. We got something we want to discuss today. I want to talk to you guys today. I want you guys to give me some information, help me understand something. Okay, so let's get into this. We want to talk about stats today, guys. We want to talk about stats today. You guys know that there is heroes that you get attack stats from, boosts from, and some are passive, as we say, and some are when hired, as we say. This particular hero here, you get a 30% attack, infantry attack increase when you deploy, excuse me, and send this hero into your march, your attack. I want you guys to let me know, when are those stats activated? Okay, so now let's look at something, because I'm gonna show you guys. I don't know when these stats are actually activated. Do you have to engage in some sort of active battle? It says active when sent into battle. Okay. Infantry attack boost when deployed. Okay, sent into battle. Active when sent into battle. Okay, so it has to be sent into a battle. Okay, so does that battle include the actual statistics in the fight going on? So the battle calculates or adds those stats, or the moment that you send that hero out to battle or to a battle, or the moment you send that hero out in a march, do those stats become active in your account? So that's what we're gonna look at today. Now, I want to show you guys something first. There's one infantry hero there. There's another infantry hero there. I'm just going to be looking at the 30% attack boost. There's another infantry hero there. Now, I'm only going to use as another. We're going to use several heroes right here, and we're going to see what's going on here, guys. So let's take a look. Let's check it out and see what's going on. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put on my. First, I'm going to show you my stats first and foremost. I'm going to look at my stats. Here we go. Right here. Here are my base stats, guys. 350, 333, 340. We're looking particularly at infantry on this one. Right now, they're at 350. I'm going to put my gear on and my talents, and I'm going to put on Fury. And we're going to see what those stats are going to be like. I'm going to apply some. First, I should apply the Fury first. Okay, let's do Fury first. Do everything in good sequence. Let's scout something right quick. There we go. Now, I really do actually need maybe a target that has some sort of troops to be able to fight against them, possibly just kind of like show my theory here. So we're going to find, it no matter what castle it might be necessarily, we just want a castle that we can, that one's probably dead. This one, I don't know what he is doing. Let's go there and let's find out. Okay, let's go there and let's scout him and see what we can do here, because I really do want to send the leader. Okay, he's empty. Okay, no worries, no worries. All right, so let me pause and find a castle, guys. I don't want you guys to have to suffer while I look for someone to plow. Hold on. Okay, we have to use what we got here. I've been searching for like 20 minutes, guys, and there's just really no solo targets. And this target here, no leader in his military, and he only has enough troops to do nothing with. But it will give me an opportunity for some troops to engage with his troops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on gear, because I want you guys to see what I'm saying. My point is this today. When I am in gear, there is my there is my stats with the gear that I have on, and there is my base stats in Fury right there. You can check, I think right here, I'm able to check what my stats are in Battle Fury right here. There's the army attack, there's the infantry attack, and there's the other attack boost right there. You guys know from my heroes, all of my infantry heroes, I'm just going to use 5. And then you guys can take a look also at my familiar my familiar stats as far as infantry and the cavalry and things like that, HP and all that. But we're looking at particularly infantry because I want to know when my hero is sent into battle, when, if ever, do the stats from that hero show, because those heroes, their stats are supposed to be active when you deploy them into a battle. Now, when you have heroes like, say, right here, well, that's a passive hero, but let's look at one like all of hers are in battle. But let's look at, I want to find one whose stats are, let me just get one that's in general, guys. Just a second here. Sorry for the delay. We know that these are attack stats, but they are passive as well. Those kind of stats there are active, active, activates when hired, guys. So those stats are activated when hired. Are those stats automatically, when I hire that hero, are they automatically put in my base stats for the hero that I may have? Such as, let's look at this guy, right? Let's look at her. She is an infantry. Her stats are activates when hired. So when I hired her, I got a 1% increase in my infantry, or whatever it gave, 0.5 or whatever, when I got her to common or uncommon. So what I'm asking you guys is, I'm going to put on my infantry gear. First, I want to show I already showed these stats here for that are added into my base stats, right? All those are part of my base stat. Infantry with leader, I get 78% when my leader goes. I get infantry and battle fury, and so I get all of those infantry with leader, infantry with battle fury. So I want to ask you guys, when I do this, let's go put on infantry here. Did I do it already? Okay, I already did it, right? No, I didn't. I got on my regular one. Let's put on infantry talents. I want to see that. And let's take a look at the base stats here. 406, they're still the same. But they've changed with when my leader's deployed. When my leader's deployed, I get those stats there. As you see, infantry is at 682. I'm going to put on some gear here, some infantry gear here. And down it is at 1168. Now, here we go, guys. I'm at 1168. I am still in Fury. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attack this guy, and I want to know, when does my infantry stats kick in? So let's attack this guy right quick. Let's attack. Let's put infantry in there. We're going to put all infantry. I'm going to change my leader. I'm just going to put all infantry in there. All right, so here we go. What am I doing? Okay. Let's go here. I don't even know if he still has anything in there now. But anyway, we're going to go right here. I'll put this guy here and big guy. So we have a additional infantry attack of 150. Infantry HP of 200. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack this guy, and I want to see if my stats will add 150 infantry attack, or because the stats are given, as you guys see, let me get it again. These stats are given when I send this hero into battle, or when I send the heroes, the leaders into battle. I get those stats in general. So I want to know, where does that I'm just gonna use T2 guys. Infantry T3. I use T3 and some a little bit of that. So there we go. All right, we got 4 seconds. Here's the stats. 1168. When are these stats activated, guys? When are these stats? When does my infantry stats kick in? Is what I'm saying. When does my infantry stats, why do they not populate or accumulate on my status here when I attack and go into battle? Let's do it again. Let's do infantry and let's do that there. Okay, let's do this. Much slower with all that stuff in there. Oops. 6968. They're still fighting. 1168. So I'm just wondering, guys, because IGG tells us that those stats are activated when hired, or the stats are active when they're sent into the battle. But how come these stats do not show when you deploy those heroes? Do you get what I'm saying, guys? So what I'm saying is when I deploy infantry, I should be getting the sent to the battle 30 there. They're only active when you send them into battle, in an actual battle. I should be getting 30 there, 30 more percent there. I mean, if you take 5 heroes, that's 150% infantry attack added, HP, and then all the other stuff. But I should be getting an additional 150 infantry attack to the stats when I am sending these marches, guys. Same with cavalry, guys. All right, the stats are at 1188. Okay. When I send a march over, all right, when I send a march over, let's just go like that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1188, nothing more. 1188. So I'm just wondering, when do those heroes, when do those stats actually come into play? I mean, when do they actually come into play? When do these stats actually play a part in my, when do these heroes actually play a part in the stats? So that's what I wanted to ask you guys. You know, my base stats, if I do something like, reset this, if I do something like, I don't know, just, I know it doesn't make any difference for real, I think, but I want to see something here. All right, here we are, guys. This is with Fury still on. Fury is still on. So right there with no gear on, no talent set, and just with Fury, my base stats on the left side in the yellow, and the highlighted green is my stats now with my leader deployed. So this is what I get when my hero is deployed. I'm just trying to figure out how is this supposed to work, guys. I mean, so when I send out an infantry attack or infantry blast, I am supposed to be getting all of the attack stats from infantry heroes added to my leader deployed stats. But they never show in the statistics. They never show in the statistics. So why aren't those stats visible for us, the players, to see what actual stats we have when we're sending heroes and troops into battle? How come IGG just does not display and show in real time the active stats that we have when we send those heroes into battle? So that's what I don't get. Now, now IGG can't possibly be saying they're part of your base mice, or they're part of this assumed leader deployed stats that you have, because you can have a ton of heroes. You can have a lot of heroes. So I just don't get what they're trying to say. When you add up all of my heroes. Now, I do agree that when you get those stats when you hire a hero. I understand that they come over easily to your base stats. If I hired another hero right now, it would go onto my base stats. I don't think there's any heroes right now that I could get. I don't think there's any. But that's what I wanted to talk about, guys. I just want you guys to think about that. I know you guys probably have the answers. You probably know about it. But I'm just saying I don't see it. I just don't see where the... I don't see where the stats are at, guys. They're not visible. So we just have to assume that person is getting those stats. Because they don't change. When you put on gear, when you put on infantry gear and then and you send your heroes out to battle, it doesn't change. It doesn't change anything. 1096. Throw on I'm just gonna put on the main gear, guys. Main talents. 1155. So, I'm just curious as to how IGG is accumulating and adding up these stats, guys. I just don't get it. I mean, if you guys say they just don't reveal it, okay. But I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. It should be visible somewhere. We should see those stats. Just like when we put on Fury, those stats automatically pop up. So what I'm saying is the moment that I deploy those heroes, or they engage in battle, whichever way IGG is insinuating or meaning that those attack boosts are activated, then the moment that I engage them in battle, or I am marching to them, in my stats, those stats that IGG is saying that I get should be populated. They should be shown. But that doesn't seem to be the case. We have to just take IGG's word. We just got to take their word that, hey, we get those stats. Those stats are in there. And that really don't make a lot of sense, guys. If I use that one, I lose a lot of range attack also in there. If I use that one, that's more of an infantry thing. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Can you imagine that? I wanted to share that with you guys and get your feedback on that. I know we all look at people's stats, and we look at their stats as far as this damn cat, man. What's wrong with him? He want to get in that room with you? He can't be without her for 1 second. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So, you know, it's like the 60K hero, right? This hero here, guys. This hero is the stats. Where's stats? Battle skills. Active when sent into battle. That 60% attack, army attack. When does that come into play? We know when we get the forts, or wonders or things like that, or the base or whatever stats that titles give, those stats are instantly applied to the person. So how come when I go into battle and I'm fighting in warrant, I don't see my stats instantly being added? So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you guys got some really intelligent answers to this. And hopefully nobody is wants to be like, why are you picking on a castle that's 200? I'm just trying to show my troops engaging so that they are fighting something. It could be one troop in there. We are fighting. I'm engaging in battle. It should be enough that I attack somebody's castle. But maybe IGG will be like, your troops are not engaging in battle with other troops. So that, whatever. So I just wanted to make sure I was... make sure that I was, had some troops in there, and glad he did. I didn't want to get my alt just to try to use an example. That's a long day. But thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, guys. I'm out of here. Long day. I gotta go. So hope you guys know what's going on with that, because those stats should be visible to us. We should be able to see, even if it's just for a second. Whenever those stats are applied, we should see the stats in real time of what is being applied. We should be able to see in real time what kind of boosts and stats that person hit with. That's what I'm saying, guys. So I figured I'd ask that question while we're talking about strategic things and strategies and all this stuff. And sorry for the delay on that next video. It will be out. I'm still going to be working on that, and we will get that next video out about the phalanxes and comps, troop comps, and familiars. I'm definitely working on that. So with that being said, thanks for tuning in again, guys. Ed from Kansas City. I'm out.